Back from a walk with Elsie, and I decided to make some Greek avocado toast with eggs, so I'm starting by making a small Greek salad. I simply chopped some tomato, pepper, cucumber and onion and added them all to a little bowl. And it's best if you do this as small as you can, as it's easier to eat together with the eggs and everything else. Once all my veggies were chopped, I added some dried dill, seasoned with salt and pepper and drizzled some olive oil. And I left it on the side while I prepped the rest of the breakfast. But quick intermission for a snack while I'm cooking.
Good grapes. So I got myself an air fryer, a big air fryer, and I'm so excited. I haven't used it yet. And I have this frozen bagel that I thought I could test out the functions of this air fryer because I think it has a bunch and I can't see them because you need to like press the buttons or whatever. So I thought I would bake it in there and then I can make my breakfast. And I'm thinking I'll try it out throughout the day today because I'm just so excited. I've wanted a big air fryer, as you know, for so long. I chose this one because it's big, but it also has a divider that you can choose to put on or not. So if you want a big area, you can have it, but if you want like half and half, you can also have that. So yeah, I'm excited. I got it on the Amazon Prime Day, so I feel so good because I checked the price now and it's like £70 more. So I feel like it was a good deal because I wanted it, of course. So yeah, let's try this together. Ooh, temperature. Divider here so you can do half or everything.
While my bagel is warming up, I'm cutting up an avocado and scooping out half on my chopping board. I mashed it up with my fork, seasoned with salt and pepper and squeezed some lemon juice on it. And for my eggs, I'm adding some olive oil to my non-stick pan and cracking 2 eggs to fry. So I just season them with salt and pepper and let them cook for a few minutes. And now my bagel was ready, so I served it on my plate and then topping with the avocado. I then added the chopped up Greek salad and lastly I'm topping with my eggs when they were fully cooked. And it wouldn't be a Greek breakfast without some feta, of course, so I'm sprinkling some on top and my Greek avocado and egg toast is ready. And this is so fresh and so yummy, it's the perfect summer breakfast.
This is so good. Kind of reminds me of like spanakopita because of the dill that is often in spanakopita. It's just so good. I haven't had it in so long as well. I've been having like just the most basic breakfast because I get so hungry in the mornings, but today I thought I put a bit more effort since I'm on leave.
After breakfast, I decided to do some meal prep for the week, and today I decided to prep some granola as I love having homemade granola in the house and it's just so easy to make. So to a big bowl, I added some oats, almonds and pumpkin seeds, although you can use whatever nuts and seed you have and like. I also sprinkled some salt and added some cinnamon. I gave the dry ingredients a good mix, and then for my wet ingredients I'll be using olive oil, and this one I found at Tesco and I really like it as it reminds me of my family's Olive Grove one that I'm now sadly out of, so I have to buy from the supermarket. So if you have any recommendations for good olive oil, leave them in the comments. Anyways, I also added the honey, and I always do the oil first as that way the honey doesn't get stuck in the cup. I started giving the mixture a stir and then remembered I forgot the vanilla, so I added some in and then mixing everything again. Once everything was incorporated, I added my granola to a baking pan lined with baking paper and I put it in a preheated oven for about 11 minutes. And then I take it out, give the granola a good stir and then putting it back in the oven for another 11 to 12 minutes. Once it was out of the oven, I added my raisins and let it cool before mixing it up and breaking up the clusters. I then stored it in a jar ready for the week. And for my morning snack, I couldn't resist having a little bit to try, so I'm making a yogurt bowl for myself. So to a little bowl, I added some Greek yogurt and then adding some fresh fruit. Today, I'm doing some blueberries and raspberries, but any fruit you like would work for this. I then topped with a few tablespoons of granola and my snack was ready. Super quick to make and so fresh and perfect for those warm days when you want something sweet and nutritious.
So it's currently 12:40 and thank God I made the granola before I left. I had a physio appointment that was a bit last minute. They just called and they had a cancellation, so I took it. Yeah, I'm way too hungry to start cooking lunch, so I'm gonna have what I usually have, which is a mid-morning. I mean, it's afternoon now, but I'll have a snack before I start cooking lunch and have a bit of a rest again because I'm 7 months pregnant and I feel like I do the bare minimum and I need the rest in between everything. So I made myself another green tea, hopefully it will give me energy. I've been loving green tea recently. I'm so happy I can drink tea again because when I got pregnant I went through a big aversion with tea and I still can't have like normal black tea, but thankfully I started being able to drink green tea and it's so good because it helps so much with my sugar cravings. And I also have matcha, which I'll probably have a bit later in the day when I get very tired and I need that bit of extra boost of energy. Let's try the granola. James already tried it and he said he loved it, so that's why I was a bit jealous. I needed to try a bit as well. Homemade granola. Yeah, this is so good. I just love homemade granola and it's so easy to make. I literally made it in like 5 minutes and then it was like 25 minutes or so to bake and it's so good. So good. And I know I sound like a broken record, but full-fat Greek yogurt is just so superior. It's so tasty and creamy. And I don't think it bloats me as much because I feel like 0% Greek yogurt sometimes bloats me. But the full-fat one doesn't do that, I don't think. Or maybe it just tastes so good, I don't notice it after. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy.
For lunch, we're making a vegetarian Mediterranean bowl featuring homemade falafels, which again are perfect to meal prep at the start of the week and have them for the rest of the week. To make the falafels, I'm adding some chickpeas to my food processor, followed by a big bunch of parsley and mint. I then added some onion and some garlic cloves. To make the falafels fluffy, I'm adding a bit of vinegar and then of course some olive oil. For spices, I'm using the rest of my paprika, some cumin and some of this chicken seasoning as I was almost out of paprika. So I added all the spices, seasoned with salt and pepper and then added a few tablespoons of flour to combine all the ingredients. I pulsed it a few times until the ingredients are finely chopped and incorporated, but there's a bit of texture too. I then made little balls and added them to my air fryer to cook for about 20 to 30 minutes or until they're nice and golden. And here's how they looked when they were done, so I just put them on a plate and let them cool for a few minutes. And now onto serving my lunch. I started by adding some rocket to my bowl and then topped with some of the leftover Greek salad I had made for breakfast. For my grains, I went with a lazy option. I warmed up some of this wheat, rice and quinoa mix and served it on my bowl. I then added a few of my falafels and then some feta and some Kalamata olives. Lastly, I topped with a good dollop of hummus and my Mediterranean bowl was ready. This is so perfect for a busy day when you got the meal prepped falafels and can also be made into slightly different variations if you mix up the vegetables and grains. It's one of my favorites for summertime.
3 o'clock and I'm finally ready for some lunch. I made like a Mediterranean style bowl. I made some homemade falafels, so let's try them. They are very crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. They are so good. Maybe one of the best I've made. I haven't made falafels in a while, to be fair, but they're very good and the texture is just perfect. It's like crispy and soft on the inside. Very happy with my air fryer, you know. I'll probably mix everything together because it's like a salad type of thing, so I think everything together mixed up will be even better. So I'm gonna go enjoy, watch some Netflix or something and have another rest. So good. Instantly making me feel better.
After lunch, it's always time for something sweet, and again I like to make something that will last me throughout the week, and this week I decided to make some banana bread as I'm still trying to perfect my recipe for my very own banana bread. So to a big bowl I added my bananas that I then mashed. I then cracked 2 eggs and added the rest of my wet ingredients, so olive oil, Greek yogurt, vanilla, a bit of vinegar for extra fluffiness, and honey for sweetness. I also seasoned with a bit of salt and then mixed all the wet ingredients so they're fully incorporated. I then added my dry ingredients, so some oats, spelt flour, cinnamon, baking soda and baking powder. I switched to a spatula and gave the mixture a fold to make sure everything is incorporated. I then emptied the mixture to a loaf pan lined with baking paper, and since I didn't have any chocolate chips in the house, I'm chopping up some dark chocolate and topping my banana bread with. And yes, that's an insane amount of chocolate that I put on top. You definitely don't need to put that much, but I've been obsessed with chocolate recently, so I just went a bit crazy with the amount here. I baked it in a preheated oven for 50 minutes and then let it for an additional 10 minutes with the door closed, and then took it out of the oven and let it cool for a bit before cutting it. I then served myself a piece and enjoyed as my post-lunch dessert.
Time for something sweet. I made this banana bread. It's the third time I'm adapting the recipe because I want it to be just perfect. I put so much chocolate in so it kind of sunk in the middle. The consistency looks the best I've ever made it, so I have high hopes for this. Let's hope third time's a charm. Flavor is 10 out of 10 for me. It's still a bit moist and like squidgy, but I feel like for me it just needs to be a bit more cakey, so I'll try it again, add a bit more flour, but the taste is so good. That is good. It's quite sweet. Ooh, it's very sweet. bit artificial, but not too much. It's just like a bit after, like the aftertaste is like hits you a bit. But I am quite sensitive to like artificial taste and artificial sweeteners. Oh, it keeps coming back. Bit disappointed. Maybe for baking will be good because it will take some of that sweetness off, but this is, I don't think I could drink that on a regular basis.
For dinner, we're making a super simple and quick salad that can be done with whatever you got laying around your fridge and your cupboards. So I started by chopping up a lettuce and then some cucumber in small pieces, and lastly shredding a carrot. I served all my veggies in my bowl and then dressing with olive oil and vinegar and seasoning with salt. For protein, I'm using this mixed bean can, so I just rinsed and drained it and dividing the can between 2 salad bowls. I also have this last bit of avocado, so I'm chopping it up and adding it on top too. And I just love corn on salad. It gives such a nice sweet flavor, so adding some of that on top, and then for some extra protein and flavor, I'm adding some of this Gouda cheese that I chopped in little cubes. Lastly, for my carbs and for some extra crunch, I'm adding some of these olive oil and salt croutons and my salad is ready. I love a quick dinner like this, especially when I've spent a lot of time in the kitchen and I just want a nutritious and yummy meal that takes minimum effort and time to make.
So I just wanted something fresh, so I made a quick salad, nothing to be cooked because I'm feeling very warm from today. It's a very warm day, so yeah, a nice fresh salad is perfect. It's so good. I'm gonna go enjoy it with James and some Modern Family. We started rewatching it and it's just so good. Such an easy watch. Let me know what you're currently watching. But yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video and got some inspiration, and I'll see you in the next one.